everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Kezia. I am a beauty enthusiast from Newcastle. Today, as I've promised, I will do a makeup palette collection video, as I did do a short showing all my palettes, but today I'm going to go through them and I'm going to talk you through them and what I love about them and why I've decided to keep them. If this sounds good to you, then please subscribe and keep watching, guys. So the first palettes I'm going to do are just me little ones, and then I'll go to the bigger palettes at the end, because at the end I've got a massive palette that is ridiculously big. So first I'm going to show you a palette from Next, which you know and you have seen. This is the Next palette. It is an alternate autumn palette, and inside this is what she looks like. Absolutely stunning. I absolutely love this, and this is actually included in my project pan, which I absolutely love, and I've done a video doing my project pans and what palette I'm using for them. So that is my next palette. The next palette I'm going to show you is a palette that I got for Christmas, and I seen it and I was like to my friend who was actually wanting to find ideas, said, what do you want? And I showed her this palette and she was like, yes, I'll buy that for you, which was really kind of her. So this palette is the MUA Makeup Academy Kaleidoscope palette. It is a very nice rainbow palette and it is very, very pigmented for what it is. I cannot wait to get this out for summer. And this was a £5, I believe, in, where was it? Superdrug, that's the one. Honestly, beautiful palette. The last one that I got was the same as this, but it was more pastel-y and it didn't have these three shades. Now the next palette I'm going to show you is a one from Sleek. Now I don't normally have Sleek, and this is the only palette I have from Sleek, and I got it because, again, it was colourful, it was rainbow, and it was perfect for summer. And this one is called Lucid Dreams. There she is. Now this one has got neons in. It's got quite a few colours that I would use. I wouldn't use necessarily the blues, but the other ones I absolutely love. And I think the palette should have had a lighter blue in it if it was, because these are actually quite dark blues. But I love it anyway, and it is a beautiful palette, very pigmented on the eyes. Now the next palette I'm going to show you is from Revolution Pro, I should say, and this palette again I got for Christmas. I got a lot of makeup for Christmas, and this is the Revolution Pro Matte, and again, no surprise, it's rainbow. However, I was actually umming and ahhing about getting this palette because I thought there's too much pink in it, and yes, I like pink, but the bottom row put me off. However, the top row and this row actually made me feel like I wanted it. It's just the bottom row that makes me not want to use it. But I bought it and it's actually quite nice in person. And it's all matte, very pigmented, goes on the eye. And again, I'm going to get this out in summer. I cannot wait. So that is my Revolution palette. Now the next palette I'm going to show you is from Revolution again. However, it is more of a liner palette. So you wet the brush, you dip into the liners, and it uses a liner. And that is the Sarah New SFX. And this palette is, again, beautiful. It is still in the packaging. And this is what she looks like. Can't wait to use this in person. Absolutely stunning. Can't wait to use this palette. Now the next palette I'm going to show you is an all shimmer palette, and to be honest, I use these as toppers because it is shimmer, and that is from Rude Cosmetics, and that is the United Shimmerdom. This is what it looks like. I'm not keen on the packaging. However, this is what the palette looks like, and I was very drawn to this. And again, surprise, surprise, it's rainbow. And to be honest, I do like to have a mix of matte and shimmers. However, these go on very much like toppers, and they do make us look nice in the summer, and it actually just looks like you've just literally put loads of glitter on your eyes, and some people don't like that. However, I do. The next palette I'm going to show you is the Taboo palette, which I have featured on my channel before, from Lord China. And this is actually as well in my project panning. This is what it looks like. Another matte heavy palette with a highlighter, which I absolutely love. It goes beautiful on my skin. And this colour, again, it's called Eye, is going on my face most days because it goes with my skin tone. This is what it looks like. Again, a beautiful palette. Got this last summer. Had no issues with it. Now, the next palette I'm going to show you is a one that I got that I found it was very expensive. However, it was the last one in stock in my local Boots. I had to get it. And I just thought, while it was the last one. And that is the Lime Crime palette. And this one was about £50. And yes, that might be expensive, but I feel like it is high end. I had looked at it for ages. And there she is. And beautiful palette. I do like pinks and greens. I'm going to use this in summer. Absolutely stunning. Now the next palette is another all shimmer palette, and that is from the Beauty Works. I got this in TK Maxx. And this one I will be getting out towards Christmas time because I will be doing these kind of colours on my eyes for Easter. Beautiful, beautiful palette. Again, it is like the Rude Cosmetics one. However, this one actually goes in eyeshadow and actually feels very creamy and very, very smooth on the eyes. So I could not fault this one at all. Very pigmented. Now, the next palette I'm going to show you is from Colourpop, and believe me, I love this palette with all my heart. I mean, if I could get more of this palette just to have backups, I would. But at the minute, I really need to save up and not buy any more makeup. And that is the Fade Into Hue by Colourpop. This palette I absolutely love. It's very small and I just love the colour story of this. I will use this more in summer. Most of you will know by now what this palette looks like. Stunning, very nice colour story. Honestly, I just love that, especially the shade Lucky Charm. I couldn't fault this palette. And honestly, I will be buying another one if the Lucky Charm colour runs out, because I will be using a lot of that in summer. Honestly, we've got loads to do. The next one is my Cara Beauty Havana Club palette. Again, this is what the packaging looks like. And this is the colour story. Again, very nice. I really need to start using this. As you can see, it's lovely and rainbow. And it looks new, but that colour down there I use on days when I don't wear makeup. And next year I'm thinking of putting this as a Project Pan palette. So this is what she looks like. Now the next palette I'm going to show you is from Blend Bunny, and I have two Blend Bunny palettes to show you. The most recent one I got was Primal. This is what she looks like. Absolutely lovely. When I seen this, I was like, I need it. I looked on the Blend Bunny website, it was out of stock. I was gutted. I honestly thought, when is it going to come back? As soon as I got a notification saying it was coming back, I bought it. And I thought, good job I did. Because this is actually as well in my project pan for this year. I'm project panning these three bottom colours down here. So Slither, Regal and Potent. Very nice quality, not flaky on the eyes, very pigmented, and it's just up my street. Oops, nearly broke it there. Now the next one again is the first palette Blend Bunny, sorry, actually brought out, and that was the Blends palette. This is what she looks like. I have hit pan on this secret shade. Again, I like a shimmer and a matte palette, but I thought I'd get this one because if the pigment's lovely, then I could use that. But I always use a shimmer palette with it, or a shimmer single. And honestly, this palette has never let me down. Absolutely beautiful. I really can't wait to use this more. Absolutely stunning quality, and I'm so happy I've got it in my collection. Now, the next palette I've got is from Unicorn Cosmetics, and that is the Angel palette. Absolutely stunning. I will be getting this out in summer because this to me screams summer, spring, summer. Beautiful palette. This row at the bottom just speaks to me the most. I do not wear a lot of purples and blues. However, greens, pinks, yellows just speaks to me, and I love that colour story. Honestly, I love greens on the eye. A lot of people don't. It's one of my favourite preferences. But in autumn, winter, orange, purples and greens, reds goes on my eye. Honestly, I don't know why I don't like purple and blue, but that's just my preference. I don't think I find it easy blending it in, but that's just me, and I'm just a picky person. Now the next two palettes I'm going to show you is from Be Perfect, and it's the Stacey Marie. And I have so many palettes from her that I really want to buy. But again, I'm on a no makeup buy at the moment, so I won't be buying it. But I am after the Interstellar one, which I absolutely love. I wasn't going to get it at first, but I've seen other people use it, and I was like, yeah, that's a me palette. But the one I'm going to show you now is the Carnival Antidote palette. Absolutely stunning, beautiful, and mine looks very washed up and absolutely stunning. I did do a live with a friend the other day, and I used this palette. Absolutely stunning. Quite honestly, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a really nice pinky, purpley yellow kind of look with a hint of green, and it actually went on the eye really nicely. So again, no complaints from that one. And the next one is a one that speaks to me as well, and this one again is another rainbow palette. I got it for Christmas. I just said to people, just get his makeup and I'll be a happy woman, and that is my Carnival XL Pro Remaster palette. And I don't know if you know, but I do like rainbows. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but when I seen this colour story, I liked it more than the first colour story they brought out, because I like it when palettes put the colour stories together, because the layout of palettes is what draws me to them. However, this palette is absolutely stunning, and honestly I love it so much. Sorry if you can hear things in the background, guys. People just won't shut up in the street. Never mind. Now the next palette I'm going to show you is from a brand that not many people might know about, but I've seen it on my Facebook newsfeed, and I think it is a palette very similar colour story to the Fade into Hue from Colourpop, and this brand is called Holm, and this is a beautiful palette, and not many people will like this palette because it's got different shaped pans. However, I like it, got no issues with it. I think the different pans of the palette is actually pretty nice. It doesn't bother me at all, but this has to be a dupe of the Colourpop, or the Colourpop's a dupe of that, I don't know. But I can't wait to battle them out, see which quality is better. However, these don't really have pressed glitters in, but I don't mind pressed glitters. I do like pressed glitters. Guys, we're nearly done. We're nearly there. Now, the next palette I'm going to show you is a palette for your face, your eyes, your lips. It's got blushes in, it's got bronzers in, and it's got highlight in. So I could do a full face of Technic using this palette, but I do want to use other products because I am planning on doing a full face of Technic. And that is the Technic Wow Factor Remastered. And this is what she looks like. Beautiful palette. Again, I think I got this in TK Maxx. I don't know, I can't remember, but I like this palette. I bought it and I was like, thank you. Thanks very much, I'll have that. Beautiful palette. I like the colour stories. But again, this is for days when I'm not going out many places. Or if I go on holiday, I could just take this palette and I've got everything in. But if I want to have a strong base, I won't use these at the bottom because these are just like really natural finishes. Doesn't really give you much pigment, but it does give you a finished look. Now the next palette I'm going to show you is my Beauty Bay 2.0 matte palette. It's not, it's got shimmers in. Honestly, and this is what she looks like. Again, I've featured this on my channel. Beautiful colour story. Again, I've also mentioned that I had the first one. I got a bit sick of it, I'm not going to lie. And when this one came out, I preferred this one to the first one that they did. And honestly, I like the colour story of this more. Not many people do. However, I love this colour story, so I thought I'm going to buy it. Beautiful palette. Going to use a lot. And again, it's in my colour pan palette. However, the next one I'm going to show you, I don't know if you can get any more, and this is a big boy. Now, if you didn't think you could get a palette bigger than the Extravaganza from XX Revolution, I've managed it. And this is from Naked 7, and this is a bloody big boy. Honestly, I can't get the full thing on my screen. However, this is what she looks like. Beautiful palette. I got it, I seen it, I was like, yes. When I got it, I was like, ooh, this is nice. It's got pressed glitters in, it's got matte, it's got shimmers, and it's got marbly shades in, which I really like. So yes, I will be getting this out in summer. But again, this palette is a big boy. Yeah, huge. Anyway guys, that was all my palettes. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let us know in the comments if you want to see anything else. I am hoping to do a full face of MUA Makeup Academy. I'm hoping to do full face of Technic. Just let us know guys, it would really help. And if you can, subscribe to my channel because I'm still new to YouTube. I'm trying to get on with things, and again, it took us a while to upload this video, but I'm really happy that I've got round to it. But yes guys, see you in the next one. Bye!